Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm so excited to share with you my winter surf gear that I wear to go surfing in really cold water here in England. So in this video I want to share with you the surf gear that I wear and the equipment that I use to go surfing, as well as some accessories that I think are really useful and that you will need to have the best surf out there in winter. Happy New Year guys, Happy New Year 2021 in lockdown, whoop whoop. If you're new here, please subscribe because I'll be making lots of content during this lockdown, so please subscribe. Let's first start off with the wetsuit, the main piece. I got for Christmas this year a Mystique kite surfing wetsuit. I don't kite surf, I just surf, but this year there has been a global shortage of wetsuits, especially in my size. I'm a UK women's 8, which is a US 4. You know, they got very creative and they actually found a kite surfing wetsuit in my size that was in stock. So they got it for me and it is exactly the same as a regular surfing wetsuit. Don't limit yourself to just those surf websites. You can probably find one on a kite surfing website. So Mystique is a popular kite surfing brand and it also looks really funky. As you can see, it's got this really cool pattern on the inside of the arms and down the sides. I've realised it's got shin pads as well, which is actually good because I usually bruise myself when I'm surfing somehow. So this wetsuit is a 5'3", meaning it's 5mm on the legs and the body and then 3mm on the arms, which means it's super flexible and I have maximum mobility when I'm paddling, which is really useful in the winter because 5mm can feel really restrictive. You feel like you can't move really, so it's good that I've got the 3mm on the arms so I can still paddle around. So it's got a front zip and this actually comes all the way down and I put my head through that, and this extra layer of neoprene between my skin and the zip means that it is extra warm as well, that there's less flushing of cold water. When you have a winter wetsuit is you don't want it to flush, and these front zips with the extra layer in between are really warm compared to like the back zips. They are a bit cheaper and it does mean it can flush cold water when you duck dive or when you fall off and you dunk in the water. You can also get a 5'4", meaning that instead of the 3mm on the arms it's a 4mm, which is very popular, but for me I got the 5'3". But if you're wondering how much a women's 5mm wetsuit would cost, it can range from about £130 to £360, so that's a big gap that you can choose. Obviously the more expensive the better really. Next thing I wear when I go surfing is this wetsuit hood. It keeps me so warm, and I have actually made a video previously on how to wear a wetsuit hood with super thick and long hair if you're a surfer girl, so go check out that video if you're interested. I'll leave the link up there for you. This wetsuit hood, it tucks into your wetsuit. You can get some that have a strap around your chin. It is a Rip Curl Flash Bomb hood. It's got a little cap here for the sun if it's a sunny day. It goes over the chin here and it tightens up to a little toggle. But yeah, this keeps you really warm, especially when it's windy and cold out, because it also covers your ears, meaning that you don't get earache. If you're prone to earaches, these are good. Yeah, so these wetsuit hoods can range anywhere from £15 to about £60. Okay, next is boots. These are a must in winter. Even in like autumn and springtime I find myself wearing boots because my feet get really cold and I have poor blood circulation, so boots are definitely a must. I went for these really thick 7mm boots. Okay, that is extremely thick. Usually the popular thickness to go for in winter is about 5mm. Winter here in England, the water temperature gets to about 10 degrees Celsius, which is about 50 degrees Fahrenheit if you're in the US. So I thought, why not just get the 7mm boots? And my feet are so toasty and warm. They're from Alda. I got these a few years ago actually, and they've lasted me a really long time. I think the 7mm boots are literally for Icelandic temperatures, you know, when you see those surfers out with icebergs around them and things and the snowy mountains. But for me, I just use them in North Cornwall. And they have lots of grip here, which is really good. They even have a strap over here to stop any water coming in. Get yourself some booties, and boots can range anywhere from about £20 to £70. It just depends on what brand you get. Next are gloves. These are just 3mm, which means they're very flexible, and I actually got these for Christmas. They're really new. They are the O'Neill. They're about £30, which is quite affordable, and they are really grippy. As you can see, they have this like a resin ink composite. So yeah, they're super grippy. Like, the gloves are good because you can still do up your leash and take your leash off if you need to, but you can get other glove styles. These ones, which are called lobster, can you see they have a little lobster claw on them? So this here is so you can still like do up your leash and things when you're out in the water. And you can also get mittens, which they don't have any fingers, it's just like that. And a lot of people that I talk to say that gloves are the best. They've tried the lobster ones and the mittens, and it's just not as good. You can't feel the board when you push up and stuff like that, whereas with a glove you can. And gloves can range from £20 to about £50. The surfing equipment that I use to go out in the water, obviously I have my surfboard, which is a Hawaiian Sole 9-foot longboard. It's a single fin, but it has got a thruster setup, but I usually use it as a single fin out there. This is my only board, so I ride this all year round, but it is my goal for 2021 to ride some shorter boards and to just like mix it up a bit. I go for my trusty 9-foot Hawaiian Sole longboard, and that is actually made by Alder as well. Yeah, and it's a really good board. I love it. I love it. Next up for the surfing equipment is a leash. This is obviously vital for when you go out in the water because that connects you to your board, and your board can be your lifeline out there. So your leash is very important. I got this brand new one for Christmas. I haven't even tried it yet, but I'm so excited to. Dakine Hawaiian leash. It is an ankle leash, meaning it goes over the ankle, and I just love the colours. Look how cool, it's purple and green, it's like retro. I can't wait to try it. But this is a longboard leash, meaning that it's a bit longer than a shortboard leash because obviously it's longer. Longboard, shortboard, shorter. But previously I had this one, which is a calf leash. The only difference is that you put the calf leash just below your knee, around your calf. I'll just show you like that, and then you're good to go. If you longboard and you walk the board and you do all those crazy like dance moves on your board, then people usually suggest going for a calf leash, just because they say that I won't trip up over your leash, but somehow I still managed to do that wearing a calf leash. So I don't think it really matters. So you can use an ankle leash too if you longboard and walk the board and stuff like that. But yeah, the ankle leash is the most popular and most used leash. I think the calf leash just looks kind of cool. I don't know. So leashes can range from about £20 to £60. Pick your choosing. Okay, so now I'm going to show you some accessories that I think are really useful and that you do need for going out surfing and to optimise the best surf ever. Wax! I got 2 waxes here. So when you go surfing in cold water, you need cold water surf wax. Who would have thought it? Yeah, the most popular brand is this one. It's called Sex Wax. But I also found this one, which I'm really excited to try, and it is organic. So it is a organic wax, and I'll be reviewing this in a next video. So yeah, subscribe to my channel to see how this differs from the most popular Sex Wax brand. It's like roughly about £5 a block. So you need to apply this before you go in the sea. This just ensures that you don't slip off the board and that you have maximum grip out there when you're surfing, which is obviously what you want. Make sure you're getting the correct surf wax to the temperature of the water that you're going to be going in. So for me, I've got the extra soft cold to cool wax. So this is for water temperatures below 15 degrees Celsius or about 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Another little surf accessory which goes hand in hand with the wax. Get yourself a comb. It's called a wax comb. This is just an Alder one. I've actually got a fin key in the wax comb, which is cool. Anyway, the wax comb is to rough up the wax before you apply the new wax on. And sometimes you don't even have to apply new wax. You can just rough up the old wax that is on your board and it makes it more grippy. That is an essential, as well as the surf wax. And this is a Roby. It is just a towel, but with arms and a hood. Yeah, this is so you can get changed and keep your dignity and not flash anyone, because That's happened multiple times. Lucky them. The Robies are just great to take with you for when you have to get changed outside into your wetsuit, and then when you come out of the surf and you have to get changed out of your wet wetsuit. Don't have to flash anyone, and it keeps you warm and dry. So I really recommend getting yourself a Robie. Okay, another surf accessory for surfing in winter or any time of the year actually is this dry bag, and it is huge actually. I don't know how many litres it holds, but it holds a lot. We take this with all our gear in it, all our accessories and things that we need, and it just keeps everything safe, dry. This bag is great for when you come out to the sea and you have your dripping wet wetsuit and all your boots and gloves and things. You just shove them in this bag, and then you can roll this up and clip it, and then good to go. Well, some people use a bucket and they put all their surf gear in that, but I find that they're really hard to carry. I really recommend a bag. It's so useful, you know, to take with you, especially on surf trips. Another little addition that I recommend for surfing in cold water is to get yourself some earplugs if you suffer from earache. So this is from when it's windy and it's really cold out in the ocean. You can get some really harsh wind and rain stuff hitting your ears and it can really hurt. So I suggest you get yourself some earplugs. I actually don't really suffer from earache, but when I wear my hood, which I wear quite often, that protects my ears anyway. But Jesse, he wears these ones. These were actually really cheap. They were £6. They're called G-plugs. They look weird. He used to have some more expensive ones. They were called surf ears, and he really recommends those ones, but he unfortunately lost those. They're really, you know, they are small, so you have to keep them safe. I think they were either around 30 or 50 quid, around that price range, whereas these were only 6. You can decide what price you go for. That is all my surfing gear and equipment that I use to go surfing in cold water in winter here in England. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, please give it a like. If you have any questions, comment down below anything you like, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I hope to see you again really soon. I'm gonna go out for a surf and you can just see me fucking ripping it out there on those 1 foot waves, wearing all my winter surfing gear. Yeah, I hope you enjoy.
No, it's not working anymore. Well, subscribe anyway.
Subscribe!